Obviously, this is a rather creepy, spooky sort of piece, things that go bump in the night. And in a way, you've got to decide how long you want these notes to be. So in your initial practice, well, firstly, I really want you to practice these low notes. It only uses the notes from low E up to B. That's the only notes in this piece. We want to get a good quality of sound for those low notes. First thing we want to think about is actually the position of the tongue in the mouth. And I want you to think the tongue is quite low. If you say the word or your tongue is quite low, then if you think of saying or as you're playing that low E, or your mouth will go in the right kind of shape to give you that sound that you want. If your tongue is high, like when you say E, you'll get the wrong sound. So first thing to think about is play some long notes, some long E's, and play some long notes, all the other notes in the piece. Now, do we want the notes to be kind of legato tongued? Or do you want something a bit shorter? I quite like the bit shorter, but it's up to you really. If you're playing them a bit shorter, then the tongue comes back to the reed to stop the note. You release the note, tongue comes back to stop the note, keeping the air under pressure. Remember to keep blowing through the long notes, the end of bar 2, bar 5, bar 6, those long notes. Keep the air going through so you get the sustain sound. And then mostly those long E's where they are sustained. Towards the end, we get a quiet bit. From bar 18, not very much air to make that low sound. And then get your pianist to be very, very quiet in the bar before the end. When you play the last note, fortissimo, I don't want you to give anything away. Don't kind of take a big breath and make as though you're going to play a loud note. It's much more exciting if it suddenly comes out loud without the listener hearing. We want the listener or the examiner to jump out of their seat if we can. So get everything ready, do it really rather quietly and carefully, and get all that air ready, tongue on the reed, and then just release your tongue with lots of energy behind it, and we should get a really good effective end. Let's hear those last 2 bars. I do happen to have sitting here on the chair my contrabass clarinet, which is absolutely the monster of the family. They start very small. There's a little one, the A flat clarinet, then there's the E flat, then there's the B flat, which is the one that we normally play, and lots of other ones. And eventually, I don't know whether you can see the whole of this on the screen, but this contrabass clarinet, which, as you can imagine, goes very low. I'll see if I can get it to make any of these low noises. That's the lowest note. You'll have to think what that sounds like. So we're going to have a go with things that go bump in the night on the contrabass clarinet. Might give you a few ideas on how you're going to characterise and interpret this piece. Really is quite an interesting instrument. There aren't that many about actually. Bass clarinets, lots about, and you might find one. Your teacher may even have one. But contrabasses are quite rare. But they're often used in film music. If you listen to films, go to see films, and you hear very low rumbling noise, it's probably a contrabass clarinet.